welcome to another edition of Green is Good. It's a special edition here in San Francisco at the Green Festival. We've got a very special guest with us today, Kyle Parsons. He's the founder and president of Indosole. Welcome to Green is Good, Kyle.
Thanks, John.
You know, Kyle, obviously we have some of your great products here in front of us. Before we get talking about your brand and some of your great products, talk a little bit about your journey, your story, and how you got to be into sustainability and then the founding of your company first.
Yeah, well, started my sophomore year of college. I got a job at a recycling facility. It's basically a dump, and was recycling plastics products, having them baled up and shipped off an island. And that was my first introduction to recycling and the need for reusing products.
No kidding.
That led me into some surf shop jobs, working retail, selling sandals. And then I grew into a sales rep job selling sunglasses, snowboard gear, and some other things. Got some retail experience. Then 2004, I took my first trip to Bali, Indonesia. And I was just blown away by the beauty of the land, the people, and how resourceful people were in making really cool products out of trash.
Wow.
I found a unique pair of sandals that had tire on the soles of them, and I made a connection between a waste problem that had been going on there. There's a lot of plastic. There's a lot of waste tires. And I actually learned that over 1 billion tires end up in landfills each year. So I had an idea, and it was a hybrid of my previous experience in recycling and also working in the surf retail sector. And I wanted to start a sandal brand made out of, with repurposed tires as soles.
And that's what Indosole is. It's a sandal brand made out of recycled materials.
Yes, absolutely.
And what year did you start it?
Well, there was about 3 years of development, which started as just carrying suitcases, through the airport, packed with sandals, giving them away to my friends. And then as things evolved, I found a more professional factory that I could partner with and refine the product and get it ready for the U.S. market. We did our first retail delivery in May of 2010.
Wow.
So here we are in 2014 and charging ahead.
And before we get talking about the samples right here, for our listeners and viewers out there, you can find Kyle's products Indosole.com, www.indosole.com. Talk a little bit about what environmental problems, besides the fact that we waste so much on this planet, what other environmental factors were you thinking about, and what were you solving? What problem were you solving when you created these beautiful shoes?
Yeah, well, as we got going, we realized that we were solving multiple problems. First of all, there's a lot of waste tires in landfills around the world. These tires take hundreds of thousands of years to decompose in a landfill. So by preventing them from ending up in the landfill and making them into shoes, we're addressing that problem. Another thing that we're doing actually on the manufacturing end is it was finding a cleaner and greener way to manufacture shoes. It's almost like the old-fashioned way of making shoes. By taking a tire, keeping it in its raw original form, and cutting it up and refining it, putting it adhering it to the upper of a sandal. It's a very organic process. There's no melting down, there's no toxins, and the tire's left in its original form. It's actually different than recycling. It's repurposing, it's upcycling.
So is your company located here in California?
Yeah, we're based in San Francisco.
Okay.
All of our manufacturing is in Bali, Indonesia. We employ 6 Americans full-time and over 40 Balinese craftspeople in our factory. And our distribution is steadily growing each year.
And does that factory just make a lot of products, or is it dedicated just for Indosole's products?
We're their number one shoe client at our factory. There are some other customers, but none make product like ours.
And is there certifications when it comes to shoes? Is it similar to fair trade in terms of sustainability standards and things like that?
Yeah, we're certified B Corporation, which we recently got approved for, which we're proud of. Which simply says that we're doing our best to do things the best way we can.
Talk a little bit about these beautiful shoes we have in front of us and why they're special and why your shoes are so special.
Yeah, our original products used repurposed motorbike tire in Indonesia, there's millions of motorbikes on the streets, so
Wow.
hence lots of tires kicking around. So we took the tread and put it on the bottom of the sandal. The upper, this one uses repurposed burlap coffee sacks on the top and polyester. We don't use any leather or any animal materials. It's all vegan. We also use recycled trash as hang tags.
Wow. That's awesome.
This one happens to be a coffee wrapper.
Beautiful.
Some of the other materials we use are natural, just from the earth. This is grass mat. So this is grass that's grown in the rice fields of Bali, taken out, dried, and then spooled together and bound with thread and pulled together. This one says Bridgestone on the bottom. This tire, so
beautiful.
We put a lot of time into the comfortability of these sandals too. And there's an embedded arch support and nice soft foam on the inside.
Yep.
The ladies represent most of our business these days. Women love to shop.
Oh,
we found
yeah.
We wanted to give them something that they really, could feel comfortable in and felt beautiful in.
Really feels comfortable.
Yeah, this model's called the Ikana. It has a zipper on the back. Again, vegan suede. Here,
And I see the Dunlap brand right on the bottom.
Yep, that's right.
Right
We use
this is old tires right here,
all
right?
different kinds of tires, just continuing the journey,
Wow.
letting the good
nice.
times roll on.
What do you got there?
This shoe is called the Kalapa shoe. It's just a nice, easy slip-on for women, and it's one of our top sellers.
And I know I'm looking at the box here. I want to just turn this around. First of all, I love your tagline, soles with soul. That's awesome. But made from 100% recycled cardboard. So everything, this is DNA cultural issue at Indosole.
Right. Yeah, what we like to say is that we're either repurposing or giving things a future purpose. And
Great.
For example, our hang tags too, at the retail level, we give these hangers to our retailers, and these are made from repurposed scraps from furniture makers. So it's used to display the shoes in the store, but when a customer buys the product, they can also take this hanger home with them, use it in the kitchen to hang dish towels, or in the closet to hang belts or jeans.
How many lines of shoes and sandals do you have now?
We have 4 models of sandals for men and women, and 3 different models of shoes for men
and what's your best seller?
These two right here, the tan burlap and the green grass mat, are our top selling sandal models. They're our originals. And for the ladies, the Ikana and the Kalapa shoe, we have a variety of different colors.
Kyle, you've been obviously, you are someone not only with vision, but with guts. You started a business, all the way in Bali.
Yep.
And it's growing, obviously. We're now into the 4th or 5th year.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you best market your beautiful products? How do you get the world to know about these products?
Yeah, right. Well, first of all, it's been an amazing roller coaster ride. Starting a business on, very little capital, bootstrapping it to the hilt, and it's been a lot of fun with those challenges. All of our marketing has been completely organic.
Wow.
Social media, places like Green Festival, where we can connect with customers and tell them our story, and then have them walk away with a pair of shoes.
They can see and touch and feel and really believe what they're seeing.
Absolutely.
That's great. Besides on your website, which again is Indosole.com for our listeners and viewers, Indosole.com, where else can they find your beautiful products?
We have retailers throughout California. We have about 70 retail shops throughout the world at this point that are independent retailers. Here locally in San Francisco, we sell to the San Francisco shops, and that's 4 shops. And we have our own shop at 45th and Noriega in San Francisco.
You have your own shop?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And is this are these shoes people can order online and you'll deliver anywhere around the world?
Yes.
Do you have people buying them around the world?
Yes. Ordering direct through our website is a great way to go. We do free shipping within the U.S., and we can ship to anywhere in the world.
Wow. Well, Kyle, we thank you for coming on. You're always welcome on Green is Good. Again, Indosole shoes, and you can find them at Indosole, Indosole.com, Indosole.com. Soles with a soul, and you'll make the world a better place. Kyle Parsons, you are living proof that green is good.
Thanks, John.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Welcome to another edition of Green is Good. We're here in San Francisco at the Green Festivals. We've got George Metrick with us. Today, he's the founder of Coconut Organics. Welcome to Green is Good, George.
Thank you, John.
Thank you for being our guest today. And before we get talking about your great company, Coconut Organics, and these samples right here in front of us, we're going to talk about these samples. George, tell us a little bit about the George Metrick story. Talk about a little about your journey before founding this great company.
Sure. So I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, a variety of projects ranging from tech to other projects, but really it wasn't until I got exposed to the natural foods world that I decided that this is really where my passion is. I've been a health food nut my whole life, but that's really what took me over the edge, and I wanted to make an impact on the food we eat, and so I decided to go for it.
I love it. What year did you start Coconut Organics?
Well, in my head, about 2010.
Okay.
And we've been planning since, and publicly we have not been a secret for about a year now.
Got it. So you've been selling the products we see in front of us for about a year.
Cocoa Bacon since 2012, but more family and friends.
Okay.
But really we revealed ourselves about a year ago.
Got it. I got it. Yeah. And for our listeners and viewers out there, the website for Coconut Organics is just how it sounds, www.coconutorganics.com. George, what makes Coconut Organics such a special company?
We're unique in a number of ways, but as the name suggests, we're dedicated to coconuts and everything is organic. And so what makes us unique is our commitment exactly to that, is delivering the cleanest, organic, coconut-based foods and goods.
What does that mean? Are these is your coconuts sourced differently than other coconuts, and where is it sourced from?
Sure. It starts with the sourcing. We make sure we work with fair trade farmers that practice organically, use no chemicals, all the way through to the ingredients we use along with those coconuts. Everything is organic and as clean and whole as possible.
Now, George, I'm a vegan. Can I eat all the great products that we see here in front?
Yep, absolutely. We are vegan, 100%.
And non-GMO?
Non-GMO.
Oh man, that's
gluten-free, soy-free.
Come on, that's the perfect storm.
Yeah, well, it's food we want to eat.
That's
it's
right.
Food I want my kid to eat, so.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's great. Can you do a little explanation while we're here? That's why we now tape the show not only for our radio listeners around the world, but for our YouTube channel too. You know, you got the products with you. Why don't you explain what these products are?
Sure. So Cocoa Bacon is our very first product we created years ago. And it's sort of an answer to folks that want a healthy, fatty, meat-type alternative, a bacon alternative, but this harms no piggies. And it's good for you on so many levels. It's coconut-based, so it's high fiber. It's got a lot of healthy fat. It's low glycemic because we use coconut sugar. We use Celtic sea salt, so it's a high mineral salt. So it's the best ingredients come together. This is a smoky, sweet, savory bacon alternative. And that's what started it all for us. Our latest product is just our plain toasted coconut chips. What makes these different is we don't add sugar or salt to these like most coconut products out there. So it's not candy. It's a one ingredient product, just toasted organic coconut. And my favorite and our newest addition is our 100% raw chocolate coconut chips. So we take these beautiful coconut chips, we add our proprietary raw chocolate blend, coconut sugar, Celtic sea salt, a little bit of vanilla, and you have
Can we try it right here?
Please, yeah.
Let's how about the baked bacon? I want to try the bacon, then I'm going to try the chocolate.
Yeah, there you go.
We're trying them right here right on camera. Like here, coconut bacon. The taste is amazing. Oh my God. This tastes like bacon.
It took us several years to figure out this recipe. It's very tricky finding that balance of smoky, savory, sweet, but not offensive in any direction. It's actually tricky because we work with coconut oil, so you have to melt it first just to use it.
That is delicious.
It's a very proprietary recipe, yeah.
Oh, that's going to be this is going to be a huge product. This is awesome. Now I'm going to try your dark chocolate coconut chips. I'm going to show our viewers a little bit of what it looks like. Just the coconut chips with the chocolate on it.
So it's a true dark chocolate. It's not candy. It's not overly sweet. We use coconut sugar, so it's low glycemic. So it's
delicious.
Thank you.
Really, really quality product. So, George, the whole trend at one point, and it still might be, we had the founders of one of the first coconut water companies on Green is Good years ago. And when he came on the show, he said that coconut water back then was the fastest growing non-alcoholic beverage in the world. Is this new offshoot business that you've created a little bit of a hand in glove with that? Because is this what happens to the meat then of the coconut when the water's used for coconut water? Is this now a new use for the meat?
Well, the coconut water comes from young coconuts, so that's
Okay.
sort of that's at an early stage when they're green and the
Right.
meat's really young and soft. This comes from mature brown
Oh, okay, I
coconuts, so the
gotcha.
thick coconut meat that they
different-
scrape and they toast it.
Got it.
But there's so many uses to the coconut, and that's why we're the coconut company. That's our vision.
And talk a little bit about that. Coconut, I'm a vegan and I eat vegan every day, and these products are just delicious, but I actually even take coconut oil every day. Talk a little bit about some of the health benefits for our listeners and our viewers out there that want to learn more about the benefits of coconuts themselves.
Sure. We sort of reference it as a Swiss Army knife of ingredients because there's so much you can do with it. They call it the tree of life for generations because of that. There's so many benefits topically, systemically. It's antibacterial, antimicrobial naturally. The coconut oil is. It's very high in lauric acid. It's second only to mother's milk in lauric acid, so naturally it's good for you in that form. Coconut water, of course, is very mineralizing, high in electrolytes. It could save your life. You could actually take the raw coconut water and go into your vein with it as an IV if you needed to.
Right.
So, they make coconut sugar and flour from it. It's the highest form of digestible fiber in food, unless you consider psyllium husk a food, which it's not.
Right.
So, it just goes on and on.
So speaking of on and on, you have these delicious products here in front. And again, for our viewers out there, I just tried the coconut bacon and the coconut chocolate chips. The coconut chips with dark chocolate on it, just delicious. What does the future hold for Coconut Organics? How many lines can you take this into, George?
Well, that's exactly our vision as the coconut company, is to adopt this amazing ingredient and just run with it. We, at this point, have over 200 SKUs planned. There's so many products,
Wow.
so many innovative products we're working on. We're a small company now, but as soon as we can, we just want to keep introducing innovative, healthy coconut foods and goods.
And for our listeners out there, besides your website, which again, the website for George's company is coconutorganics.com, coconutorganics.com, where can our listeners and viewers find your products in the United States and around the world?
We ship globally, so we do a lot of business direct from our website. We're
Right.
also on Amazon, and we're in several stores, and we're signing up more and more stores as quickly as we can.
Got it. Wonderful. Well, George, thank you for coming on today. We thank you for inventing these amazing products, and we want you to come back on and continue to tell us the story as you creating more new products out of coconuts. Again, to go to George's brand, go to coconutorganics.com, learn where you can buy it locally or just buy it online. And remember, he also ships globally for our listeners and viewers around the world. Thank you, George Metric, for coming on Green is Good
Thank you,
today.
John.
You are truly living proof that green is good.
Sure is.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.